All right, this next one, right? The situation with Lecrae, right? Do you feel like people were positioning you guys against each other, or do you think there were legitimate differences in ideology?
Yeah, I don't think nobody was positioning us against each other. To be honest, bro, I just think he was trying to figure out, he's blazing a new trail, bro. Trying to do something different, trying to do something nobody has done before. And in that, I'm pretty sure he would admit some of the things he said just didn't sound truthful to us that have been observing him for a long time. Like when you just say, nah, I'm not a Christian rapper. We absolutely know you were. And he didn't give us, his fan base or the genre he comes from, an explanation. Like, so maybe his intent was to not be a Christian rapper anymore, but just be a Christian that raps. But as they were asking him these questions, he was just like, nah, I'm not. So it's just like, whoa, hold up. And at the time, um, I feel like he let one of the guys up at Sway kind of this
Right.
Christian rap. You know what I'm saying? The dude has said something that just wasn't favorable about us. It wasn't good. And he didn't.
It was the narrative,
Yeah,
the negative narrative,
yeah.
right?
So I just took issue with, what the dude said, and then kind of just wanted to affirm Lecrae, like, yo, son, we care. Like, yo, we out here, we representing. Don't let them talk like that about us. Um, but I didn't have full context. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking at Big Bro, somebody I look up to. I don't know him like that, but somebody I admired from afar. And he dropped the ball, and I shared my opinion. If I could go back in time, I wouldn't have done that. Um, I feel like even recently he did an interview, and he said he was sharing his heart about the mistakes he made, and just like things he could have did better. And he was just like, yo, I kind of like, I took it hard when everybody was so hard on me. He's just like, yo, I'm trying to do this new thing. I had no blueprint set before me. I'm trying something new. And then, people making videos about me. And I feel like that was a sub at me, or just not even a sub, but he considered what I did. He addressed me directly once and told me he appreciates the way that I did it, but still I know it was a nuisance, bro. I woke up at early on a Saturday, and I was going, like, to get away, do like a staycation somewhere in Florida, and I posted the video. And dog, I thought it wasn't gonna, do much. I look, it's at 40,000 views, 100,000, 200,000, 600,000. It's just like it's my first viral post. And in the comment section, it's like I invited everybody to attack him. This is somebody I don't see responding to people, but he responded to me graciously. And then he's going back and forth on his Saturday morning with people in the comments, and they calling him the devil, and he sold his soul. And I felt bad. So I deleted the post. Like, I didn't try to clout chase and, yo, I'm going to keep my million views. Somebody else, Rapzilla, post.
Oh, so he was actually responding to people in the
Yeah,
comments.
but just like trying to be gracious, but they were attacking him. So, yeah, I felt bad. I deleted the post. He addressed me and he said, like, yo, he appreciated it, but I could imagine it left a bad taste in his mouth. Though I was gracious, though I didn't come at him crazy. I think my approach was proper, but it's just like, in hindsight, you don't want to be nagged over everything, bro. So, if I could go back in time, I wouldn't have made the post, and what the heck, just let him figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
He did thank you though, like for the way that you handled it, and he said that like that he told people that's how you handle
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Like as far as like making a post, like talking to someone with respect and everything like that. So I think that that was very genuine in what he was saying, but I can also understand that you're associated now with a very like difficult time for him, like a painful time for
yep.
him. So there's of course going to be those negative feelings in a way. even though he knows that you didn't really mean like malicious intent
Yeah,
per
yeah. And
se.
then that sucks. So with him, um, when I think of Lecrae, I think of his music edified and he poured into me and it helped me. You know what I'm saying? At a time when I needed it. And that's my thoughts of Lecrae. And his thoughts of Datin is I'm a nuisance. Like, just I'm tied to something that was annoying and painful and people took my side. So how do you view that? It's just like, oh, you're the ops. Like all the people that called me the devil, they was in your corner. And I never thought he was the devil or any of that. You know what I'm saying? We not cool. I don't know him like that, but I don't think anything negative about the dude.
And people try to make it seem like you were taking shots at him on songs on the Menace mixtape too, right?
I actually shouted him out. They just don't know how to interpret lyrics. I said, he had an artist, Andy Mineo, and I said, when it comes to them, that I think if you ask me, I think it's brave and manly to do what God has called you to do, despite the way the fans are, because the fans can keep you a prisoner. They want you to just, be just keep Christian rapping and you'll be okay with us. And they started to branch out. I said, I think it's brave and manly. And I said, I can see them being used to paint a picture that, that these people outside the space can see. My issue is not with them. My issue is with everybody now. They see them gaining success, so they want to emulate that. And now they're not following what they're called to do. They're just trying to copy what these guys are doing. So I defended them,
Mm.
but it's like nobody has ever. I'm like, yo, did I do a good job at articulating it? Because it always just seems like, oh, well, I heard you dissed. I never dissed them, bro. I never dissed them, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, but like the people in the comments, right, that were obviously going at him and stuff. I'm sure they weren't doing it in a nice way,
Nah,
right?
John, when they say you sold your soul, you the devil, you
Right.
you you let of course you let them just Christian rap because you hate Christian rap, and it's just like, bro, it's just
But
ignorance
these are
people.
the behaviors though that people that are not religious get upset about, where it's like it's contradictory, right? Because like you're not supposed to be judging people,
Yeah.
and that's what it comes across as doing in the comments if you're going at this man this way and criticizing him.
Yeah. I think, bro, we all have some moral code and secular hip hop and just Buddhism, Islam, whatever it is, wherever you come from, we all have some moral code and we all break it. I can't get why with the Christians it's always like like, yo, son, and then don't let the moron represent the one who's trying to walk it out the right way. Like, yo, every faith has its idiots that follow it. And you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
absolutely.
So, yeah, those people were absolutely idiots. Nobody said anything of any value in the comment section as far as the ones that were coming at him. They were like tearing him apart. And yo, no, when you love God, the last thing you want to be called is a devil worshiper, bro. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that's like when today these days being called a racist basically, you know what I mean? And
Exactly.
if you love everybody and stuff like that, you don't really look at it that way.
Exactly.
So yeah, for sure. um One thing he said was some people make music for the church and some people make music from the church for the world. How did you feel about that?
So he didn't. So when he said that, he wasn't. Well, he just started.
Right.
Cray has always been making music for the church. Absolutely. And to say otherwise is not being truthful. So that's why when he was saying these things, people were taking issue because we didn't get any type of explanation. I think what would have been smart is to address, like, yo, look, I love y'all, CHH, but I'm about to start changing directions. And then when he would have said these things, we were pre-warned, like, oh, okay, word. But he started talking like this on interviews, and we know him for something else. Eventually, we started to see him do that. He started to make music from the church. And okay, all right, now it makes sense. So he can't get mad at people taking issue to those claims that early because we didn't see you doing it yet. You just it looked like a lie. You know what I'm saying? It can it's fair for the person to believe, oh, you just kind of like trying to get in with them. You trying to be cool with them because you lying. You absolutely are a Christian rapper. He like, nah, I'm not a Christian rapper. But and now in hindsight, with more information, he's just like, yo, presenting himself as how he was gonna be moving forward. You understand? Um, yeah,
Right. So like it was something that would have been more accurate was I'm no longer a Christian
exactly.
rapper.
I was, but moving forward, then it's just like you're truthful to them. And then even those people interviewing you, they're like, I'm not stupid, dog. I go back and I heard these records. You are absolutely a Christian rapper. So
Right.
that's it. But then again, can't be that hard on him because you know how it is in an interview. You one of them under them white hot lights. You're nervous. You're up at sway. Somebody you probably look up to, and you're gonna fumble a couple questions, bro. And it's okay. We should have gave him the grace to do that.